But it is really important that if you are not a minority, that you check your white privilege.
Great, another indoctrinated social justice warrior.
Shut the fuck up for the 50th billionth time!
You're fucking a white male!
This is the Booze and Bullshit Show. Shit happens, and we make fun of it.
Thanks, Mario, I guess.
And this is part 2, responding to TheGabbieShow and how she talked about Black Lives Matter. Oh, fuck, it's terrible, but it's part 2, and if you got through the first one, this one's gonna be pretty tough too, but yeah. Check out part 1 if you haven't already.
At some point, we need to realize that a lot of these deaths are systemic and biased. Nobody's trying to tell you that white people also haven't been killed by officers, and nobody's trying to tell you that black people haven't also killed white people. But there does need to be awareness raised that if not racism, then at least a very deep-rooted prejudice still runs very deep in this country.
What's the difference between racism and a deep-rooted prejudice? How about instead of fighting each other, why don't we just actually make a movement against police brutality and not matter what fucking race it is? But no, you people are always saying that it's only black people face these problems. No, that's not fucking true.
If you don't agree with me, I'm willing to bet that there's a pretty solid chance that you're white.
Yeah, you're right, I'm white, but actually, you know what? I identify as being black right now. I'm the next Rachel Dolezal. So, no, I'm a black person now. See, that's the problem with SJW logic. You can do this fucking identity politics games. You could just say identify as whatever you fucking want. My point shouldn't be discredited because of the color of my skin. And I don't think that should be done to black people, Asian people, whatever race they are. It shouldn't fucking matter, but you people are the ones always perpetuating this idea that it doesn't matter what white people think because we're privileged. Fuck you.
And that's not necessarily your fault for being uninformed. I was ignorant for a really, really long time.
I got some news for you, Gabbie. You are still fucking ignorant. Now you're probably gonna cry about how poor your life was.
I grew up in a town that was extremely sheltered from the rest of the world, incredibly racist. And while I never hated black people or other races or identified as a racist, I'm able now to look in hindsight at myself and realize that I was raised to believe certain things about certain races, as most of us probably were. But it is really important that if you are not a minority, that you check your white privilege.
Alright, now I went through and I actually did the fucking white privilege test, and according to BuzzFeed, I'm not privileged. You can go back and you can check out the video. I even gave you a ton of ones that I didn't. I was like, alright, well maybe I'm kind of on the fence on this one, but so yeah, I have checked my privilege. I'm not privileged, so fuck you. But let's just get back to your story about how you're just so privileged. Sorry.
And this is the most important part of the video and the part that I really hope that you remember. I, not even that long ago, was very offended when people accused me of having white privilege. I grew up very poor. I was the only white kid on my school bus, and every single day I was bullied. I had no connections, no money, no important last name. Nobody ever handed me anything. I worked really, really hard, and I made something of myself. And I felt that none of that had to do with the fact that I was white.
Yeah, it's almost as if white people also have problems too. Crazy, huh?
I truly believe that my skin color had 0% to do with any of my accomplishments.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say that it's probably that you're a pretty young girl. That's why people want to be nice to you and people want to subscribe to you. Hey, like, whatever. I mean, people want to see hot chicks. What the fuck do you want me to say? I mean, yeah, I'm fully willing to admit that you're hot, but you're not very smart. So, it's kind of a turn off for me, but some people, they don't give a shit.
And that there was absolutely no way that white privilege had any hand in my success. Then one day I found an article entitled "Explaining White Privilege to a Broke White Person," which I will link below and highly encourage everybody to read.
Okay, so I went to check out the article that you're talking about, and it turns out I already read it. But you know what? I skimmed it again because it's been a little while, and reading it, it says under sex, if you were born male, you can assume that you can walk through a parking garage without worrying that you'll be raped and then have to deal with a defense attorney blaming it on what you're wearing. Are you fucking shitting me? Yeah, I'm nervous going into an empty parking garage because I don't want to get shot and killed. And this whole idea that, what was she wearing? What fucking defense attorney is gonna say that? Are you shitting me? Who honestly is gonna say that? Well, you know, she was wearing slutty clothing, so yeah, she shouldn't have done that. Are you kidding me?
Basically, this person had the exact same story as me, only way worse, and the author was recommended the book White Privilege, Unpacking the Invisible Knapsack. And I would like to just read a little excerpt from that.
I'm sure it's gonna be just absolutely riveting.
I can turn on the television or open to the front page of the paper and see people of my race widely represented.
I mean, black people can do that too. I mean, they just have to turn to the mug section. Oh, wait, was that racist? I'm joking. I'm just playing into your own little game, joking to tease you because I think it's funny how ridiculous your things are. I mean, the fucking social justice warriors have taken over the media, and it's nothing but just statements about how oppressed black people are. That's the way things are. This narrative that you're talking about is not relevant at all anymore. It just isn't. What is it, 1950?
When I'm told about our national heritage or about civilization, I am shown that people my color made it what it is.
You know, it's people like you I could see trying to cast Christopher Columbus as a black man. What the fuck, really? Like, yes, the fact is that, yes, white people did build America. They were involved in the government back then. What do you want me to say? And to say that's a privilege, it really isn't. It doesn't fucking matter. You people are the ones who are only ones who care about the fucking race of the person. I don't care. I don't fucking care. I really don't. Fuck's sake.
If a traffic cop pulls me over or if the IRS audits my tax return, I can be sure I haven't been singled out because of my race.
Yeah, because it's only black people who are scrutinized by the IRS. Oh wait, what's this article by the Washington Times? IRS finally reveals list of Tea Party groups targeted for extra scrutiny. Yeah, it must be only black people who are Tea Party supporters, right? No, that's not fucking true. So to say that, oh, it's only because of your race, that's really bullshit. And it's this whole mentality of, oh, it's because I'm black, isn't it? It's because I'm Hispanic, isn't it? It's because I'm Asian, isn't it? Oh, it's because I'm this, I'm that. For fuck's sake, don't blame everything on what your race is. It's this whole fucking victim mentality that you idiots have.
I can, if I wish, arrange to be in the company of people of my race most of the time. So then I started Googling more articles and taking quizzes, and I started realizing a lot of things that I've always taken for granted. My parents never had to teach me to not wear a hoodie in public.
So wait, you just said they had to tell their kids not to wear a hoodie in public. Alright, what about having to tell your daughter not to dress like a fucking slut so she doesn't get raped? Because that's apparently what you think is gonna happen if a woman wears slutty clothing, and that's all that guys think about. They just want to rape a pretty girl who dresses sluttily. Really? Don't you see these are kind of the same things, and you're kind of making one, oh, well, they had to do it, but...
Oh, you cannot tell me that I can't wear what I want to wear.
Because you're a pretty girl, that's the way that you see the world.
I have never been worried that I was being followed by a security guard in a store. When I approach somebody in a store or on the street or in a school, I am seen as a wholesome white girl and not a threat.
Oh, no, that's not your white privilege. That's your female privilege that you're talking about.
I have never and probably will never have the words hooligan or thug used to describe me.
All right, well, since you said probably, I gotta do it. So, yeah, you're a thug.
Yo, look at my hooligan, boat's nose. She's just a dumb thug who needs a hug. But what was she wearing? Slutty clothing.
Alright, enough of that fucking shitty music. I cannot stand it any longer. Let's go back to that sad crying music for her white guilt. Ah, much more appropriate.
People don't fear me for no reason. And I know for a fact that if my boyfriend was shot 4 times point blank in front of my 4-year-old daughter after following an officer's orders, that I would not feel obliged or conditioned to call his shooter sir.
He just shot your boyfriend for absolutely no reason. Yeah, I would definitely not be polite to him because, he wouldn't shoot you for no reason now, would he?
The thing that you need to remember is having white privilege doesn't make you a bad person, but denying that it exists is extremely detrimental to societal growth.
You know, I think it's more detrimental if you're just constantly blaming everything on race. Oh, well, you just did that because you don't like black people. No, I just don't think that James Bond is a black person. And Thor does not have a vagina.
No one is telling you that having white privilege means you've never struggled or that you are racist or that you've never worked hard for what you have. But it's very important that we take the time now to look inward and reflect and do some research. I'll be linking some articles and quizzes and things down below that really help me understand what I just did before, and I really, really hope that they help you too.
You know, just because you read some BuzzFeed article, it doesn't mean you're doing actual research unless you're doing a social study on retarded people, because that's the only thing that those things are good for.
If I'm wrong on something, please check me. Tell me I'm wrong. I'm always open to learning more, and if there's something that you can teach me, please Teach it to me.
Well, that's what this whole video is about, teaching you about not being retarded. So, I will be tweeting this to you, and I encourage all my listeners to tweet this to her because, well, she's asking for it. And literally asking for it because she's saying to have a discussion. And she even gives the hashtag keep talking. So, yeah. I also have to add the disclaimer that I do not condone harassing this person and anything along those lines, because that's with the YouTube's new terms of service. Isn't that great? I mean, you know, eventually I'm gonna have to have so many fucking disclaimers in these videos that, well, it's gonna be like her video. It's gonna take me 10 minutes to get to anything. Awesome. This is the Booze and Bullshit Show. Shit happens, and we make fun of it. So if you like these videos, you can subscribe for more content. You can check out my Facebook page, my Twitter, and all that shit. You know what I got. You can check the links in the description. If you want to see some of my previous videos, like, yes, all white people are racist. What the fuck is she talking about? Also, 24 questions black people have for white people. And my video of me checking my privilege, because she kept talking about how I need to check my privilege. I've done it. So once again, this is the Booze and Bullshit Show. Shit happens, and we make fun of it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will be back with another video next week. I'll see you guys then.